Coronation Street's official spoilers reveal terrorist drama on the horizon for Weatherfield residents in upcoming scenes. It looks as though there are some major health scares coming up for Coronation Street's Roy Cropper and Paul Foreman. Official spoilers for the ITV soap reveal Roy's time behind bars is starting to take its toll. As his bail has continuously been denied while Lauren Bolton remains missing, the cafe owner is starting to remember some moments before she disappeared. However, as he refuses to eat, is Roy pushing himself to breaking point? Elsewhere, Paul wants to try and get to know his dad again after being absent for so many years. Although his mum Bernie Winter, Jane Hazelgrove, fears her past secrets could come to light as her ex comes to Weatherfield. Meanwhile, there's some trouble in paradise as two Coronation Street women are less than impressed with the men in their lives. Express has a rundown of the three biggest storylines set to air next week in Coronation Street. Roy's health takes a sudden turn. As Roy calls the cafe to speak to Nina Lucas, Shona Platt answers and passes the phone to Carla Connor. However, she hangs up pretending it was a dodgy line and quickly leaves. While in his prison cell, Roy gets another unusual flashback of Lauren. He remembers her approaching the cafe counter with Max Turner, although can't work out the significance of their conversation. When a prison officer bangs on the door, Roy is frustrated as he loses his chain of thought on Max and Lauren. Elsewhere in The Factor, Bobby Crawford tells Carla that he thinks Roy must have kept quiet about the false statement, otherwise they'd have heard from the police by now. Later on, Nina is in the visiting room and explains to an officer that she's waiting to see Roy. As the officer goes to get him in his cell, he's shocked to discover Roy collapsed on the floor. Paul's in danger. While Bernie lets off steam to Dev Allahan about Denny, she's worried he may expose a secret about her past. Meanwhile, Billy Mayhew wastes no time in reminding his husband as Denny used to knock him around growing up. As Billy tries to remind Paul that his father isn't to be trusted, it seems as though his warnings have gone unheard as Paul invites Denny over to watch a film. Not wanting to be around him, Billy reluctantly leaves them to it. Later on, Denny heads out to get some ice cream, leaving Paul alone in the flat. While he's out he bumps into his daughter Gemma Winter and begs her to let him meet his grandchildren. However, little does he know that while he's out speaking to Gemma, Paul is struggling alone in the flat. As he has a coughing fit, Paul quickly struggles to breathe and tries to call for an ambulance. Although when the operator answers, Paul drops the phone. When Denny returns back to the flat, he's shocked to find Paul barely conscious. Elsewhere, Dev discovers Bernie rifling through a shoebox that is full of old letters and photos. When Dev wonders what she's looking for, Bernie's uneasy.